Hello, and welcome. My name's Steve Beckles-Abusier. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the Orange Mix. Guys, today, we're going to be talking about trash. Now we're talking about the negative people in their lives and how to deal with them.
There's been so many things that's held us down, but now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long way to go, and where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together, we're polishing up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore.
Okay. Listen, I'm so excited. If you listen to my Facebook Live, I spoke about the importance of trash and how to deal with negative people that are quite challenging and what to do. So I'm going to talk you through some tips to help you get through those challenging individuals.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Okay, so how do you get going dealing with those individuals that seem to be negative all the time, no matter what happens? Very important. Now, first of all, I want to talk about what negativity is. Now, I said on my Facebook Live that negativity is down to the individual's perception of how they are towards them. So bear that in mind as well. So we might call them negative, but they might be asking you to do something that you don't want. And it's far easier just to say, oh, they're just negative. I think as Søren Kierkegaard once said, when you label me, you negate me. So it's often quite easy just to label someone a negative person when really they may be trying to help you.
Put our show together, gonna polish up our act well. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore.
Okay, so let's first of all start with T, yeah? Time to acknowledge, all right? What do I mean by that? I mean acknowledge what they're saying. There's a quote that says, listening builds trust. So I want you to listen to them. They're a friend, they could be relatives, yeah? Do listen, acknowledge it, but you don't have to endorse what they're saying. Let me explain. You don't have to endorse what they're saying. So if they're saying something you disagree with, you could, for example, if they say, oh, that Peter, he's useless, he's never been any good, he's never good at anything. That's the point. You could possibly say, never been good at anything? Now, when you say it back to somebody, whether they're negative or not, it causes them to automatically to reflect on what they're actually saying. So quite possibly they might say, well, no, okay. No, they are good at certain things, but this particular thing they're not good at. So guys, that reflecting is so important. So please bear that in mind, guys. That's time to acknowledge. Okay, guys, we're going to move on now. We're going to move on. What we want to talk about now is our next letter. Our next letter, and it's all about, believe it or not, it's about food, actually. But in a different way, I'll explain after the next track. And this next track, guys, is about us just going for it. Come on!
Got to win, somebody's got to lose.
Okay, guys, so now let's talk a little bit about realizing they're hungry. That's what I meant by food. Now, what it means, it doesn't mean you have to go in the kitchen and get them some fish and chips. What it does mean is they're hungry. What are they hungry for? They're hungry for negativity. You've got to recognize this because that's what they're like. And it's not kind of saying that negative people are bad, but you've got to understand there are certain negative people will want certain things. Now, on my Facebook Live, I spoke about 3 levels of hunger. Let me explain what they are. The first level of hunger is when you walk into a kitchen. You're not particularly hungry, but you see a biscuit on the side, so you pick it up and you eat it. Level 1. Level 2, you go into a kitchen and you ask yourself, I wonder if I'm hungry. All of a sudden you look around, you find what you want and you eat it. Level 3, you go in there and you eat everything that keeps still. Basically, what I'm saying, transposing that across now to negative people. There are some of those negative people that are only negative when the occasion occurs. When something occurs, they say something negative. Situation 2, there's a stronger possibility they might find something negative and go on and about it. Situation 3, my goodness, uncontrollable, constant negativity. Now, in my opinion, what I think you should do, having that conversation at the level 1s, even the level 2s is okay. But me personally, the level 3s you've got to be aware of. They're just too hungry and I just don't think you're going to get anywhere in your conversation. So maybe there's the point for you to back out. But that's for you to decide, yeah?
Guitar playing that feel to show the beat is real. The beat goes on.
Okay, so let's have a quick look at what we've spoken about already. We've already spoken about time to acknowledge. It's very important to acknowledge. Again, it could be your friend, it could be a husband, it could be a wife. Acknowledge them that yes, you'll listen to what they're saying. However, don't endorse what they're saying. There's no need for you to do that. Next thing, realize that they're hungry. Remember those levels? 1, 2, and 3. The 1s, yes, you can deal with. The 2s, possibly. 3s, personally, back away because they're in a state of mind. They just want to be negative. Please bear that in mind, yeah?
Just like fishing in the ocean, there'll always be someone new. Another bad time, girl, you did me wrong, but I've been through stormy weather. The beat goes on, yeah, yeah. Just like my love, everlasting. Hey, the beat goes on. Still moving strong, and I love it.
Okay, let's move on. Right, thank you very much indeed, Whispers. Now, what we're looking at, guys, is the next one is to align yourself being sympathetic. What does that mean? That means a bit of self-reflection. In other words, align yourself with what they're saying and think, do you know what? Could this be true? Now, the whole idea is for you to be able to give them a chance. Remember I said, Søren Kierkegaard said, when you label me, you negate me. I don't want you to just negate them as a negative person. They could be saying something which maybe might have a point, and it's very, very important. Guys, let's get ready for the countdown. Are you ready? Yeah, let's do it, guys. 3, 2, 1. Woo!
Have you
Okay. So let's have a quick recap where we're at, yeah? Time to acknowledge is so important, yeah? Acknowledge it. You don't have to agree with them, but acknowledge it. Next one, realise that they're hungry. Remember those 3 levels. If they're at level 3, only my personal opinion, it might not be the time to talk to them. Next one, align yourself with being sympathetic. Could they have a point with the point they're making? It doesn't mean they're negative all the time. It's so important. Now, guys, I just want to share this with you. I'm a bit of a salsa freak, and I'm missing my salsa so much. And I understand why, because obviously proximity and all that kind of stuff. But I want to bring in a little bit of salsa just to kind of make me feel a little bit at home, because I am missing it. Guys, I hope you enjoy this salsa track. It's a beautiful tune. What I want you to start realising, like I've spoken about, of all this negative stuff, it's about you just realising that all of that change comes with you, and you've got to be prepared to take that change. But guys, listen to my heartbeat. Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Can you hear it?
Alright, baby. Tú me partiste el corazón.
Oh, love this song.
Pero mi amor, no hay problema, no.
This is Maluma.
Ahora puedo regalar un pedacito a cada nena. Solo un pedacito. Tú me partiste el corazón. Ay, mi corazón. Pero mi amor, no hay problema, no. Ahora puedo regalar un pedacito a cada nena. Solo un pedacito. Ya no venga más con eso, cuento, mami. Si desde el principio siempre tuve para ti. Nunca me avisaron cuál era el problema. Te gusta estar rodando por camas ajenas. Ahora me tocó a mí cambiar el sistema, andar con gatas nuevas, repartir el corazón sin tanta pena. Ahora te digo goodbye, mucho obrigado, pa' ti ya no hay. No tengo miedo de decir adiós, yo quiero repartirme el corazón. Ahora te digo goodbye, muito obrigado, pra ti já não há.
Você partiu meu coração, ai meu coração. Mas meu amor, não tem problema, não. Que agora vai sobrar, então quero o quê?
Pedacito a cada nena, solo pedacito.
Se eu não guardo nem dinheiro, que dirá guardar rancor? Você vacilou primeiro, nosso caso acabou.
No tengo miedo de decir adiós, yo quiero repartirme el corazón. Ahora te digo goodbye, muito obrigado, pa' ti ya no hay. Tú me partiste el corazón. Pero mi amor, no hay problema, no. Ahora puedo regalar un pedacito a cada nena, solo un pedacito.
Do you know how much I regret not taking up Spanish? I'd like to know what this guy's talking about. He's probably talking about his Tesco's shopping bill or something, but you know what? It sounds awful. Only joking. It sounds great, love it. Whee! Oh yeah. Right, well, I've got the whole salsa vibe going, so I'm going to put one more track on, which I love. It's more of a kind of calypso kind of sound, but I'm going to drop it anyway because I love it.
Arriba, cintura sola.
Okay, I'm going to calm down. I'm going to calm down. You just see me jumping around the table at the moment. Absolutely love it, guys. This is my vibe. This is my salsa, and I'm missing it so much. Anyway, let's get back on track. Let's now talk a little bit about what we've spoken about so far. Time to align. Time to acknowledge. What you're going to do is give that person a chance. Listen to them, but don't endorse what they're saying, okay? Number 2, realize they are hungry. Doesn't mean you do the fish and chips. No, they're hungry for negativity. What level are they at? 1, 2, or 3. Align yourself with being sympathetic. Now remember, they might have a point. Please have a listen. Give them a chance. Let's now move on. Now, before we move on, we've moved out the soca, so I'm sweaty now. Be careful not to be too close. That's the most important thing when you're too sweaty.
Wonder if she could tell I'm
Next.
hard right now.
Love it.
Yeah, come on, dance for me, baby. Uh-oh, you feel like? All right, come on, don't stop now. You done did it. Come on, yeah. All right, hold on. Baby, when we're crying, that's right. I get so excited. Oh, how I like it. I try, but I can't fight it. Oh, you're dancing real close, but it's real slow. You know what you're doing, don't you? You're making it hard for me.
Oh, the song's on you. Requested you're dancing like you're naked. Oh, it's almost like we're sexing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boo, I like it. No, I can't deny it. But I know you can tell I'm excited. Oh, girl.
Step back, you're dancing kinda close. I feel a little pull coming through on you.
Now, girl, I know you felt it. But boo, you know I can't help it. You know what I wanna do.
Baby, when we're crying,
Oh, yeah.
I get so excited.
Feels so good, so real.
Try, but I can't fight it.
You,
You're dancing real close,
and it's real.
real slow.
You know,
You're making it hard for me. Baby, just dancing so close ain't a good idea. 'Cause I want you now and here. The way that you shake it on me makes me want you so bad sexually. Oh, girl.
Step back, you're dancing kinda close.
Oh.
Feel a little pull coming through on you.
Now, girl, I know you felt it, but boo, you know I can't help it. You know what I wanna do.
Oh, that's Next. Oh, listen, I love Next. And I love that kind of music. And the thing is, I'll tell you what, whenever I listen to Next, I just think of just that whole kind of chilling, that whole vibe. They got wifey as well, and I love that tune as well. So, guys, let's move on and look at where we're at. We're looking at the fourth tip. It's stay armored up. Now, what does that mean? Listen, if you don't armor yourself up, you're going to get killed. Now, I'm probably thinking, where am I coming from with this? This is important. When you go to war, to battle, you have armor, yeah? And you might have a gun, you might have camouflage, you might have a hat, you know, to protect you. Now, that's the same thing when you're going to war with a negative person. Because a negative person, let me guarantee you now, will be coming with negative stuff from them to you that might even affect you. So if you're not armed up, you're not in the mental state to have that conversation with somebody who is negative, I think we're going to have problems, yeah? So I strongly recommend you armor yourself up. If you feel in your head not confident to have that conversation with that negative person, you must tell them. Why? Because if you don't, it's going to have a massive effect on you. Please bear this in mind.
I get so excited. You're making me want you. Try, but I can't fight it. Oh, the way you move, real slow. I like those things you do. Hard for me. You're a little too close. I get so excited.
Okay, we're about last letter now, guys. Our last letter. And the last letter is H. Have your boundaries, yeah? Your boundaries are important, guys. Let me explain. Before you have a conversation with a negative person, this is what you say to them. Mick, I've got half an hour and I want to spend that half an hour with you and find out really what your challenges are. I want to use that half an hour for you. I'm not going to comment. This is all about you. Can you see what you've done? You've set boundaries. You've set boundaries in order for him to say what he needs to say. However, you know within half an hour that conversation finishes. You also say that you're not going to make any comment. You're just going to listen to what they have to say. This is so important. I can't stress this enough. How many times you've been in a conversation, negative conversation, and it goes on and on and on and on. And listen, at the end of the day, you don't want to be around it. You want to be somewhere else. Maybe a chance to get down on it. Yeah? Hey, love that link.
Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me.
Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
Come on in.
Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
'Cause I heard all the people saying,
Get down on it.
come on in.
Get down on
If
it.
you really want it,
Get down on it.
you gotta feel it.
Get down on it.
Get down on it.
Get down on it.
Come on in.
Get down on it.
Baby, baby,
Get down on it.
get on it.
Get down on it.
I say people, what you gonna do? You gotta get on the groove if you want your body to move. Tell me, baby, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really won't take a chance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
'Cause I heard all the people saying,
Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
when you're dancing,
Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
sha-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-doo.
Oh, don't you just love that tune? I love the 80s. I love the 90s, man. But the 80s are better, honestly.
Get your back up off the wall. Dance. Come on. Get your back up off the wall. Dance. Come on. Get down on it.
Come on in,
Get down on it.
if you really want it,
Get down on it.
you gotta feel it.
Get down on
Get
it.
down on it.
Get down on it. Get down.
Come on in,
Get down on it.
baby, baby,
Get down on it. Get down.
get on it.
Get down on it.
How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
Tell me, baby, how you gonna do it if you really won't take a chance? By standing on the wall.
Get your back up off the wall.
Listen, baby, you know it. Oh, when you're dancing, yeah, you show it. Oh, when you move, 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 you know it. Oh, when you're dancing, yeah, you show it as you move across the floor.
Okay, so that's it for today. Right, let's have a look. Let's have a quick summary of what we got. So, time to acknowledge, yeah? Realize that they're hungry. Align yourself with being sympathetic. Stay armored up and have your boundaries. Now, that spells trash, and I hope you enjoyed it. Now, it's about taking action. I really appreciate you listening to this, but it's about taking action, yeah? So it's about you doing something about this. Now, come on, guys. We have to take action. What's that quote I have to say? The best thing to do is the right thing. The next thing to do is the wrong thing. The worst thing to do is nothing. Guys, we need to take some action, yeah? Now, in order to do it, guys, you know, I always finish up with my main man, Mr. LV. So Mr. LV is going to finish us up, guys. But, guys, thank you so much, and I hope you've really enjoyed it. Mr. LV, please take the show away. Thank you.
There's not a minute, hour, day or night that I don't love you. You're at the top of my list, cause I'm always thinking of you. I still remember in the days when I was scared to touch you, how I spent my day dreaming, planning how to say I love you. You must have known that I had feelings deep enough to swim in. That's when you opened up your heart and you told me to come in. Oh my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. I just don't wanna stop. Oh my love, a million days in your arms is never too much. I just don't wanna stop. Too much, never too much, never too much, never too much. Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was broken hearted. Hung up the phone, can't be too late, the boss is so demanding. Opened the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Well, who needs to go to work to hustle for another dollar? I'd rather be with you, cause you make my heart scream and holler. Love is a gamble, and I'm so glad that I am winning. We've come a long way, and yet this is only the beginning.
Oh, thank you. Thank you again for listening to the Orange Mix. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please take those 5 points away with you. Get out there and just make a difference. As I always state at the end of all of my talks, it's not about getting through this, it's about getting from it. Guys, thank you so much indeed, and I look forward to you being on my next mix. Take care.